Now, it's been some time since I've done one of these type of videos using the web camera, but this one is going to be different because I have a brand new web camera that is of higher quality, so you can see the cards better, and there's also a light on the camera, which is really nice and definitely one thing for a video like this. Now, if you guys don't remember, I have these two binders that I have in my collection, and they are filled up with cards from the first 722 actual cards of the Yu-Gi-Oh database. Now, of course, some cards aren't printed yet and all of that, but let me zoom out this real quick and you can see that there is so many cards through all the pages, just card after card. Even blank spots are filled in with either OCG cards or even English cards. But this is because I want to make a new video because there is a brand new binder who has entered the chat. Now, I decided to do some shopping, and here is the brand new binder. Let me move the keyboard back a little more. And this binder is different from the previous ones because those ones were a 4x3 binder, while this massive one is a 4x4 binder. So this video, I just want to sit down and talk with you guys on things about the channel and how things are going. But first, I got to get all the cards out of the first two binders to put them into this binder. And just like that, all the cards are finally out of the original binder, so it can go in the 4x4 binder. And let me adjust my camera more so the full entire page, all the spots could kind of be in camera as much as I can go. I think I could zoom out a little more, honestly, especially through OBS. There we go. All the spots can be filled in properly now. So, what type of video is this going to be? Well, I just want to stand here because I'm standing now in the video. Just want to talk about recent events that's been going on. I would like to thank everyone for the 3,400 subscribers because without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do this. And also, without you guys, I would still be doing something else over doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, I started doing Yu-Gi-Oh! A few years ago because I thought gaming was oversaturated, and I wanted to join this side of YouTube for a passion that I've had for a long time, especially with Forbidden Memories, because I've been wanting to do so much more with it. I made that video about almost 3 years ago, which is poorly edited, and before anyone asks about this video will not be heavily edited at all. So if there's a lot of pauses, if there's just me not talking, that's because there's not really much that I want to talk about on really anything. But honestly, this is a project that I wish I would finish as soon as I can, but we just don't know if OCG is gonna, or the TCG is gonna import a lot of these normal monsters that just have not been imported yet. And one of the things that I really do enjoy is that you guys really just been watching the shorts I've been doing on these specific cards. And I started with Blue Eyes White Dragon, and the end goal is going to be the end of this binder, which is going to be a lot of fun. Now, of course, I still have a lot of blank spaces because a lot of these cards are very hard to find, especially from the OCG side. And I'm just happy I got all the cards when I did from the TCG side because a lot of these are starting to get bought out, like Zombie Warrior there. This card is like 70 copies, $70 a copy, which is absolutely insane when you ask me, because a card like that should never be that much. And that's a thing that Konami really just disappoints us on for not reprinting older cards like this or even importing older cards. Because honestly, it would be really cool having a lot of these unique normal monsters that we have never had before, especially stuff like Torike, a level 3 dinosaur, I think it's a beast. But honestly, it would be really interesting what they could do. Kind of like Spirit of the Wind. I've covered that multiple times. It could be used with Primite Canine. And that is a level 5 wind spellcaster that you could use it for the, it was, what engine? You could pair it with Magispector Draco Ryu in Mitsurugi for a level 5 access. And honestly, there's just so many cards I wish they would just import that kind of just makes me sad because I love Forbidden Memories and I wish that we would finally get a lot of these older cards finally imported. Now, some of these cards are extremely old because I've had them for quite some time, Well, some of them are newer prints from the 25th anniversary rewaves, which, honestly, to me, those helped out this binder so much. And I really do enjoy that. And then you also have cards like Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth, which absolutely looks beautiful in the Prismatic Secret foiling that they used all those years ago. And I'm glad that they still use it, but I feel like it's still overused. Fiend Kraken is another card that was imported a while ago thanks to Speed Duel, and I kind of wish they would go back to just having Speed Duel in sets because it gave us Fiend Kraken, Kyriushin, and just other cards as well. Now, of course, there's always just going to be blanks. The legendary Kaiba deck gave us this for the 25th anniversary, which I really loved, and I'm glad I got that when I did because it's now like $40 a copy, which is crazy to think about for a level 4 water reptile when there's other ones with higher attacks. Castle of Dark Illusion and Reaper of the Cards. The cards for Panic would be absolutely amazing to see in a Maze of set, like they did with Bones recently. And we still don't have one of his more important cards, which is crazy. And when I was doing these shorts, it's like, oh, Zanki, this would be a perfect card to import in the new Maze set. But Konami didn't really do that. And we also have Crawling Dragon and Crass Clown. Very good card for clown control. And then you have the zombie forms, Armored Zombie, Dragon Zombie, and Clown Zombie. Clown Zombie was imported through Speed Duel. And then you also have Pumpkin of the Ghost. I really should honestly use the cheapie over this, but I really like the original art. Mask of Darkness is here. We just covered these cards, which is crazy to think. And we just keep going and going. Goddess with a Third Eye. I still really love that Fusion Substitute deck that I thought about and did a short on because it would be very interesting having, oh, this monster plus this type of monster, and all the deck could just sub into that material that was needed. White Magical Hat we just talked about. Cominion Wizard we literally just talked about. Spirit of the Books was the most recent one. One of the most recent ones, actually. Trial Nightmare, Dream Clown, Sleeping Lion, literally. This would be Yamato Dragon Scroll and Abyss Flower, which are literally the shorts that I just posted. And the next two are going to be Ancient Tool and Faithbird. So that's going to be really nice to talk about. Faithbird has Takuhi, and Ancient Tool has another one, which is another recolor, which is honestly absolutely amazing. Emeriku, level 3 Dark Spellcaster. October Sir, I love seeing people talk about that. Even stuff like this. This would be great to have a holo because people used it with Instant Fusion back in the day. Just to go into an Exceed monster. The Fiend's Hand. Very interesting level 2 monster. Witty Phantom. Another card you could technically pair with the White Magical Hat, but this was a character in Duel Monsters. Blue-Eyed Silver Zombie, another Speed Duel import. So I kind of feel like Konami could have imported some cards faster with Speed Duel, which was a very cool premise, just having normal monsters that worked with the decks that they provided. And you can see there's so many empty spots here, which is absolutely crazy that it reminds me of playing Forbidden Memories. Temple of the Skulls, a really cool card from the early tournament pack days, Monster Egg as well. Another card that was imported through the Speed Duel being the Shadow, who controls the dark. Lord of the Lamp, a Astral Pack card, I believe that was. Yeah, Astral Pack. This was another tournament pack card reprinted in an Astral Pack because they printed the Fusion. And it's crazy to think that some of the Fusions took forever just to print. And it had to be forced upon with someone who had the dedication or the motivation to try and get them imported, which honestly to them, that is really nice. You also have M Warrior 1 and M Warrior 2, which, fun fact about those, Carbonala Warrior came later or earlier, one of the two, because it was a monster that was shown in the anime, and honestly, it definitely came way earlier because it's right here, because it showed up in the show first, and then these came later. Because that's one thing I love about Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything started off as a normal monster, effect monster, whatever, and then they just worked on it. Ancient Jar is a cool level 1 rock monster I wish we had. Darkfire Dragon, everyone remembers playing that in Infernity and other level 3 or level 4 decks. Big Eye, the original Big Eye, which before number 11 Big Eye. Claw Reacher. Some of these cards are in Portuguese because I had a Portuguese starter deck Yugi laying around that was already opened. Darkshade would be a cool monster to import along with Eye Armor. Eye Armor looks absolutely amazing. Fiend Reflection number 2 and number 1. I really want to see one of them become an illusion monster that isn't part of Millennium, or just retrain the other one finally. Fusionist for Modolce. Uh, Another good instant fusion card to run. Keymace, a level 1 fairy. Turtle Tiger, I would really love to see a turtle archetype. Legend or Terra the Terrible. But there's just so many ideas that flow through my head with some of these. Happy Lover, this was ran with Cyber Angels for advanced ritual art to summon Herald of the Herald of the Herald of Perfection, yeah. Petite Dragon, one of the Charmer, a familiar, along with Happy Lover too. Archfiend and Nefariousness, another, which is honestly nice seeing where a lot of these familiars come from. Drollbird, funny guy. Petite Angel as well, along with Happy Lover. Winged Cleaver. You know, Thomas Soul, people really know that. And also Thunder Kid. That would be nice to see a retrain this year, especially with all this new Thunder support. Flame Ghost, another level 3 monster you could have used with Modolce if you really wanted to. Black Skull Dragon, I really want to get a secret rare version instead of having a rare. Two Mouth Dark Ruler before Thunder went ahead to Thunder Dragon. Mass Sorcerer. Just so many of these. Content wise, I've been wanting to do more videos, more non-news videos because I've been getting the itch to do it, but I don't have the motivation to do it, and especially with starting up TCG Player Store once again, I really don't have time, which is sad to say, but I gotta find a better balance between work, doing videos and shorts, and also filling in the gaps between. Um, so that's one thing I do want to go out and do. It's going to be very interesting. Rare Fish, Mermail. This card really looks nice and ultra rare, but I prefer playing the common one. The Durdeck. There's just so many normal monsters here that I kind of really like it. Um, One of the things I really want to see within my lifetime for Yu-Gi-Oh is that all the old normal monsters see a retrain. All the older cards from the first 722. And it would be very interesting how they could explore everything. Master and Expert, which honestly, I see people talk about that. Oyo, which was just mentioned, Enchanted Mermaid, which I do own an English copy, but I have the OCG copy because a viewer sent that last year. Prevent Rat, along with DD Warrior, which was Dimensional Warrior in Forbidden Memory. Stone Armadillo, Beast King of the Swamp, another fusion sub monster, which honestly I really like the fusion sub monsters. I might create a card theme around that. I'm not too sure. Furious Sea King, along with Princess Tsurugi. Secretarian of Secrets. I really enjoy that. Vergaso, the Destroyer. Another card that needs a reprint. Level 4 Windwing Beast, instant fusion target. When I was doing my article for one of the week talking about Zombie Warrior, one person mentioned that instant fusion doesn't target, but in my day of Yu-Gi-Oh, we used to call it instant fusion targets because those were targets that you would summon out from the extra deck. And a lot of slang and things that we used back 10 years ago, 12 years ago, not many people really use it anymore outside of things like Garnet, Brick, or Kaiju. So that's things from 10 plus years ago, which is absolutely crazy to think about. Dragoness of the Wicked Knight, another good instant fusion card to run. And also, yes, I do have a QCR Petite Moth because I went out of my way to get it. Bioplant, really cool card. Wish it was here. Tonic Maid is absolutely nice. And now we're on to the first spell cards, which is Legendary Sword, and also Sword of Dark Destruction. We're about to be hitting the end of Duel Monsters 1, which is honestly crazy to think about. Uh, I can't really think of any. Oh, Steel Shell, that needs a reprint. Elf Light definitely needs a reprint as well. Those cards are expensive. Oh, a lot of these older ones. This card took forever to get imported. This was released in the number edition, number 110. That had Meteor Black Dragon. Stop the Fence is a really funny card. Violet Crystal. Book of Secret Arts is misprinted Portuguese as well. Invigoration only has like two prints, I think. One print, two print, maybe. The first trap card that ever enters the whole entire database being Dragon Capture Jar, which I do expect a retrain for coming soon. And now we have the 6 field spells. You have Forest, Wasteland, Mountain, Sojin, Umi, Yami, and then we get into destructions being cards like Dark Hole, Raigeki. Then you have your life point gain cards like Muyan Curry, Red Medicine, Goblin, Secret Remedy, Soul of the Pure, Diane Kito's Cure Master. And you get into the burn cards like Sparks, Hinotama, Final Flame, Ukazi, Tremendous Fire. So it goes up in the amount of life you gain. You also have cards like Swords Revealing Light for stopping attacks, Spellbinding Circle, and Dark Piercing Light. And I don't quote me on this, but I think that's where Duel Monsters 1 end, because this is where we go into Season 2, because this is all Duke Devlin's cards and other cards as well. You have Super War Lion, which I really hope gets a retrain. Zera the Mant, a card that in Rush Duel got a retrain. Then we also have Blackluster Soldier. Oh, that's really sad. That Fiend's Mirror is right here instead of being right here. And then we get into Gate Guardian stuff. So I don't think this is the end of DM1. So we have all the pieces of Gate Guardian. I still need to get a super rare Sanga of the Thunder for the set. Kind of sad when you look at it. Monster Tamer, Sword Stalker, always iconic Lajin, and also Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, which we just got a retrain in Blue Eyes Ultimate Toon Dragon, or Blue Eyes Toon Ultimate Dragon. Toon Alligator, a card that people want to see retrained, but I don't see it. I think it's going to be Parrot Dragon instead, because it's right next to Dark Rabbit and also Bikaru Box. Harpy's Feather Duster's there, Magical Lamp, Guilty of the Dragonite. That's one of the theories I really like, is that we're going to see a deck based around Joey's Duelist Kingdom era deck, because they've done so many different things from Duelist Kingdom. Or, well, Battle City, I mean. But it would be really cool, because they did the Gate Guardian, they did Bones, they also have done Odeon. So doing Battle City Joey would be absolutely amazing, and I would probably play it. A Monster Eye, Ticking Time Bomb of an FTK card. And after this, I got to get ready to go to locals. Which, the time... I have time. Cyber Soldier, that would be a nice import to have. Level 5 normal machine. Flash Juggler, Blocker. Golgoyle, this is the current record holder for the longest time not imported to the TCG, while every other normal monster that has not been imported has broken that record as the days go on. Sky Dragon is a really cool card. Oh, there's Thunder Dragon, the very iconic one that a lot of people used in GOAT format, and also Satakaba used in the anime. Magician of Faith, Bakura card, Goddess of Whim, Water Element, I think that's her name, or Water Fairy, one of the two. Ancient Elf, very iconic card. The lovely Deep Sea Shark, along with Metal Fish. 7-color fish, John Moore's favorite. Aqua Dragon, really would be nice to see that. This card recently got retrained to Return. But outside of all of that update, I do want to say once again, thank you everyone for following me along this journey because it's been absolutely fun and amazing. I just want to say thank you again. Don't know how I would do now if I didn't do YouTube because it's helped my confidence go up. Your guys' comments, feedback on everything is really amazing. And overall, definitely one of the things I cannot really say thanks enough. I do hope to finish this binder by the end of 2030 because I'm waiting to see if Konami imports any more of the normal monsters. But if they start doing it, I'm definitely waiting. And it's going to be a long and wild ride. Tripwire Beast looks a little off. Another cool one being Punished Eagle, Red Skullbird, and Crimson Sunbird, imported in Cosmo Blazer, one of my favorite sets in Yu-Gi-Oh! That I've ever opened because I pulled multiple Ghost Rares from it. Armed Ninja, Magical Ghost, Soul Hunter, that was expensive for a time back in 2023. Flaming Vermilion, a level 5 fire pyro monster if we ever need that. Do I use any of these cards out of this binder? No, actually, I don't. That's one of the things. I don't like taking cards out of the binder to use unless if I need to necessarily use it for something, like a deck that I want to build. Oh, also, we skipped over Area Leader. This card was not imported yet, but it had a retrain recently. Kind of wish they would have imported the original with the retrains. Would have been cool, saving on import slots for more imports for other sets. But it is what it is. Wilming, another tournament pack card that hasn't been reprinted outside of the year before or after. Morphin, a meme card in the OCG. Caterpillar, Man-Eater Bug, very iconic monster. Dehuman, Turtle Raccoon. I would really love to see Turtle Raccoon be printed. Prisman, Galdogra, another FTK card waiting to be broken. Cybersaurus, no longer a cyber monster. Brachio Radius, that would be a very nice reprint to have for all this dinosaur support. The Statue of Easter Island, I think that's like one of the only ones I would personally pull out to play Adamancive Hitter again, but I think we have other cards that we can run, like the Gem Knights, but it's an Earth, so you would have to find the one that's closer. Neck Hunter, Milus Radius, Starboy, Togex. Flaming Cerberus is a really cool card. Mystical Sand, along with Gemini Elf, Quaggar Hercules. That was a very expensive card before the OTS print. We have less than 200 cards to go, I think. Mega Thunderbolt, Niwatori, Corrosive Shark is a cool one. Skellingull for Flip decks along with Hane. Daruma Cannon, we had a trap retraining of that. Skellingon, I'm surprised this didn't get a reprint because it's a level 6 zombie fusion monster that you could use Ready Fusion with it. Dark Elf, Winged Dragon of the Guardian Fortress number 2, Lava Vanguard, Tyhone number 2, Steel Ogre Grotto number 1, Oscillace Hero, Invader from Another Dimension, Lesser Dragon, the QCR Needleworm, which absolutely looks amazing. Upcoming things that I want to talk about. I will be having a case of Blazing Dominion, and it's going to be very interesting to open because I'm probably going to do a live stream on it. And I really can't wait for that. It's going to be a very crazy set, especially how much it's going to be changing the game. And I do hope we get a ban list around the time because I'm getting fatigued from the format. I could say that. Witch of the Black Forest, which is pretty cool. Some more blanks. Ancient Tools Recolor, Patrol Robo, which is really nice. Takuhi, Dark Witch, Weather Report, we still don't have the other one for that, which is crazy. Mechanical Snail, Green Kappa. 4 more blanks right there. Morphing Jar, the card that a lot of people really have fears of. Muse A. Giant Turtle who feeds on the flame. Rose Spectre Dun. Fiend Reflection number uno. Hellbeast, Little Chimera. Okay, there is a little more than 200 cards. Keymace number 2. Penguin Soldier. Really adorable Penguin Soldier. Fairy Dragon, recolor Petite Dragon. Twin Long Rod number 2, which we still don't have number 1. Great Bill's a recolor of Droll Bird. Bladefly, which is honestly really cool. There's Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon right there. Really nice. Hunter Spider, Armored Starfish, Hourglass of Courage, Warrior of Tradition. This does not have a reprint. It's like $70 when I got it. Could have been 50, I think. But it's the recolor of one of its fusion materials, which is absolutely funny. High Tide Gyojin, which I really love from Capsule Monsters. Oh, that's a segue. I'm thinking of doing a multiple video series on Capsule Monster, just relaxing and just playing it and talking with you guys. And I kind of want topics to talk about in it, because it would be something different that I haven't done yet. It's been a while since I've done a gameplay video of something. So that's going to be one thing I could just sit down and just play to see how things go with that. Mystical Sheep number 2, number 1. Number 2 is the original. Hoyosu, or, yeah, Hoisubu, Subi. And now we're getting into the interesting part. We're getting into the final cards. So that is the last of the normal monsters. But we have this stack right here. Some of these cards are in bigger sleeves, which this camera will show magnificently why. Now, Kunai Wachina was originally a equip spell in the video games, and also Metamorph 2 along with Megamorph, but this is why. We have cards that are unreleased, so I printed them out in grayscale to slide them into the binder. Which I actually might take off the oversleeve because that takes up a lot of room. But we still don't have the full first 722 printed. Breath of Light is super expensive. Curse. Winged Trumpeter is a fairy equip. Curse of the Millennium Shield is a ritual spell for a Millennium Shield. Same for Yamadron Ritual and for Gate Guardian Ritual. So there's a lot of things that just that's not printed. We also have Shine Palace, which is Toon World, before Toon World. Harpy's Feather Duster, my DDS copy, which absolutely looks amazing. Ultimate Dragon Ritual for Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. I do hope that they print that, especially with the brand new Blue Eyes cards. You also have Revival of Senenjin, Novox's Prayer, Curse of the Trihorn Dragon, and we also have just trap cards. Remove Trap is supposed to be Bear Trap, but it's not printed. We have Invisible Wire, which is kind of shocking to think that we don't have that at all. Widespread Rune, Gust Fan, Bad Reaction to Samochi, the Reverse Trap, Fake Trap, Revive of the Serpent Night Dragon, Turtle Oath. I kind of wonder where all this goes. Puppet Ritual. I really want to see them print both the Mask of Shine and Dark and Psycho Puppet, because those two are cards that many players have been wanting, and I think those are two of the only ritual monsters that have yet to be printed in the OCG TCG. We also have things like Fortress Whale Oath, Performance of the Sword, Hungry Burger, which is absolutely iconic, especially with the new theme. Skull Guardian, $130. Very expensive. Trihorn Dragon, or even more. Skull Guardian, Skull Knight, Chakra, Crab Turtle. So one of the things about this whole entire page, all these monsters were originally ritual monsters outside of him, which is crazy to think about. Sinjin Ritual, these were Ritual. Cosmo Queen was Ritual. And then these were normal monsters. This was a monster that you just summon off of Red Eyes Black Dragon and Meteor Dragon. There's Psycho Puppet, Javelin Beetle, Fortress Whale, Dokudo Rider. Then you also have Garma Sword, Mask of Shining Dark. I'm missing a couple cards. Did I not pull them? I don't think I pulled them out. The binder. So that's 720. The final two, Black Magic Ritual and Magician of Black Chaos, are the final two cards to be added to this binder. Because this binder holds up to 1,000 cards, I can go all the way to the Egyptian God cards if I really wanted to. But this has been the binder for Forbidden Memories, so I hope you guys did enjoy this video. It's just me talking and putting these cards into the binder. So I'm glad that I have one whole binder for all these cards now. But anyways, if you guys want to check out the binder and where I got it from, oh, this is heavy. It is right there on the side. It's upside down, I think. There you go. Morabto binder. It's a really nice binder, very sturdy, and it fits what I cherish a lot. But anyways, I've been BoltSpider. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you all for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, hit that like button down below, and if you want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button, and make sure to hit the bell to get notified whenever I upload. I would also like to thank FGH for supporting the channel through the channel memberships, as it's only 99 cents a month, and you can also join my Discord server, which is down in the description of every video that I post. But anyways, I'll see you all in the next video, and goodbye.